Yo, if you guys don't know me, I'm Arcteos, a Challenger League player. I just like to cook in Path of Exile 2. I'm playing in my bubble, just having fun with the game. And I've been making a new character because I have a build idea, Chronomancer. So I wanted to level. After I finish campaign, Entangle kind of falls off if you don't fully invest into a build like that. So I just want to make something cheap. I created this build and I leveled to 90 right now. Extremely fast and safe, and this build is just very hard to kill. You can do all tier 15 juiced maps, stuff like that. Obviously, like, not top tier content with this investment, but every pinnacle, etc. is just gonna be easy. You're not gonna have problems doing like 95% of the content in the game. And you can even have a lot of ceiling on it for investment if you wanna evolve on this concept. But let's just go over it quickly. We are using Bone Cage because it's high crit chance, high base damage. It's easy to get like a Prism of Belief with high level. It's easy to get wand with high level of physical skills and such, because nobody gives a fuck about these things. Nobody cares about Bone Cage, nobody plays this. It's a very underplayed ability. It has quite a bit of AoE right now, and it's kind of like a one button build. If you have a lot of buttons, well, just spam Bone Cage if you want. Most of these buttons are just like situational luxuries. So if you like one button builds, you can just spam your Bone Cage, not a problem. So for the defense, I'm using Cloak of Flame, which is the 50% physical damage taken as fire damage. Makes you very tank against physical hits if you have a lot of fire res. And then we combine it with Rise of the Phoenix for more fire res. Now you're very strong against physical damage and fire damage, and ignites. And also helps a bit to gain your energy shield back up if you don't get ignited, if you have some energy shield. And I do have 400, which is still something like, maybe it makes you 10% tanking against a big hit. But this item also brings a lot of HP regeneration. How can we put that regeneration to use? We are going to run Atalui's Bloodletting. This can just be the life tap, although Bloodletting is cheap, has decent damage increase. And now, hey, we solved our problems with some regen. Well, not with this alone, but you see how I can get some more regeneration. And we don't care about mana, because we don't spend mana. So we can invest only 1 point into Mind Over Matter, and now our mana is a shield. And then we can overflow with mana remnants, and we get about a 2k shield right now with my current gear. And a lot of these items are of course like a few exalts, and you can do everything pretty comfortably. I have a map prepared to show you. I'm lagging a bit right now on hotspot and stuff, and even performance is bad, but please bear with me. I'll explain everything and you can have a look at how the clear looks like and single target, etc. But I melt bosses, so clear is also good. I'm unkillable. G motherfucking G. Okay. But for mana remnants you need to apply ailments. How do we apply ailments? Bodak Helmet. Physical damage from hits contributes to chill magnitude and freeze buildup. Amazing. Enemies blinded, some extra tankiness. Bodak scales with fully broken armor and stuff like that, which I'm gonna put in the build. So he can deal decent damage and even clear by himself with a Repulsion curse. Then I run these gloves. They have this skill which has very high base damage, pretty small cast time, definitely helps single target, can even clear a bit. What I have on it right now is some AoE with expand and damage. So you can even put more damage, maybe you get lucky and you get 5 slots, who knows. It has mana life, and then you can eat a soul consistently, pretty consistently, get 50% skill speed, combine it with Sense of Time from Chronomancer. There you go, you are so quick, so smooth with your ability usage. And you can even get some recoup. Makes this build even tankier. Overall, I like these gloves. You can put Tekron's Gaze on them, you can corrupt Spirit on the crown. This is very cheap as well. Those are gonna be some optimizations for me. We have this Giga Chip Ring Shield. Cannot be shield or frozen, some extra survivability from the mana, and some coldness, just to make it even more budget. You can buy this, or you can invest into some stronger rings. For the rares, yes, these are pretty strong items, but you don't have to have them as strong as mine. For the amulet, I'll just look to get some regen with maybe levels, maybe a res if you're missing something. And the spirit is nice because I can grab vitality too for some more health regeneration. But even a mediocre amulet is fine. We are playing a crit build here, so I'm gonna go with Cook. We don't care about armor evasion and energy that much because we're gonna tank through block chance and res and mana life pool. But other things also work if you want to be slightly tankier. These boots cost a few exalts, just some HP, res movement speed, nothing too crazy. Ring is kinda nice, but also don't need it. Don't even need this cast speed to play this build at all. The life is nice, but even if I'm playing like 2000 life on this build, we are 100% healing. What about the wand? So this is where it gets a bit crazy. I only paid 1 divine for this one. T1, T2, T1, 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 plus 5 to level all physical spell skills, which makes the Bonkage deal massive damage, and even some creatures, which, I mean, I can even Omen of Light this and try to give it to Socket, whatever. I can even try to craft on this item. But for 1 divine, it's just really amazing for this build. Maybe I'm not gonna find it as good as mine, but the point is that people don't give a fuck about level of all physical spell skills. It's a very underutilized thing, because most people want to scale some other abilities as well. But on this build, I don't care about that. So if you find something on the market, people are just trying to get rid of them, there's not many people buying them, you're gonna find +4 very easily with like really good stats. So I'm just looking to get double gain. Ideally, at least some lightning and some increased damage in creatures. Really huge thing that makes the build truly a budget build. It's just really easy to get something like this on the market. Assuming we are playing trade, of course. That's the whole point. So what's the tech with the weapon swap here? We got Resonating Shield, which can break armor extremely fast, extremely easily. With these things, we put life tap so it doesn't cost mana if your mana ever gets broken, since it's your shield, of course, plus 40% damage physical that the target is going to take. And then we can put in Sunder with a lot of attack speed, just make it go very quick. 0-4 right now, but it can be even faster if you have the stacks from the soul. And it's gonna turn it into Sundered armor, so now it's plus 60%. And then we can intimidate enemies on block, so when you raise the shield you're gonna block automatically. 70% more damage, and you get tankier. So from this weapon swap, you know, at least 70% damage and different layers of survivability, because on this mace we're also gonna have this text of Grueling Madness, which improve the slows of a lot of things. So the chill from the helmet, and then we got the temporal chains from this, and then we can also throw some entangles on the ground, which I use as a utility skill. Slow potency and skill effect duration, some AoE. Try to throw it on the ground before a boss spawns, for example, and they're gonna be withered. So many slows stacking together with this item. Alright, other than that, we got Bitter Dead, which throws these volatile orbs that just run around, chase enemies off screen. Very good to clean up. So when I'm clearing, I'm mostly just spamming my Bonkage. You'll see in a second in the map. Put this on the ground, and it just kind of works a bit like a herald. Just cleans up garbage that might be left with low HP, maybe some white mobs, and you can even 100 to 0 them sometimes if you spawn enough orbs. Lip Slam. We have a skill gem, just some extra mobility. Blasphemy Discuss is amazing with Repulsion, AoE and more damage. It makes your clear a lot better. You can even AFK with Bodak or walk around, and he's going to proc this and clear low life or like weak white magic mobs. And because it gets boosted by fully broken armor and stuff, even the single target is pretty good. This is a physical damage sort of effect. Okay, you got the mana remnants as well. Just some life and mana regen if you have the spirit. And then Time of Need would be the priority. Is also pretty good, and it does help quite a bit with hull costs. If this build wasn't already very tanky against Ignite and Freeze, Chill, even the boots have some reduced shot chance. You even have Time of Need, so you don't really care about ailments on this build, and even more regeneration. Now we can look at the passives. It's pretty simple. You can kind of do this on any start. Even if you waste some points, the build is still gonna be kind of useful. You can grab the thing that lets you change your starting point of the passive tree if you really want to. But of course there are a lot of good attack damage leveling builds, so this is mostly for spells, I would say. You just grab crit chance. If you are a witch, you can also get some physical damage stuff on this cluster. Some more crit damage, crit chance, an AoE cluster, a jewel socket. These nodes are very good because you can apply elements These are regeneration and damage with life costing abilities. I grab chance to gain Arcane Surge and increased effect, and then we turn it into regen, as I said. Then we pet for some more AoE, made it clear smoother, more AoE and damage with Arcane Surge, more crit chance. This is how we kept our block chance to get 50% block, which makes the character much tankier. For the secondary weapon set, we're just boosting our armor break here, nothing too crazy, and then we're grabbing some attack speed to make all of these skills even faster, even some cost efficiency here to min-max a bit. For the jewels, we got +3 Bone Cage. You can get +1, +2, they're extremely cheap. This is not even optimal, you just run some crit chance damage, just a random jewel I had. For Megalomaniac, just try to get +2 Max Spires. You can get this from Natural Resilience or from Molten Carapace, which is, I believe, here. And then if you can get a second thing that's like some nice utility or damage, don't try to waste your time searching too much, I guess. But this was a pretty good snipe for only a few Chaos Orbs, so really insane value for the build on a budget. We also got this lightning damage, so we can apply shock. Another max fire is very important for the Cloak of Flame, and you can even try to get higher corruption on Cloak of Flame to be like 55, 60%, stuff like that. I think it can be maximum 63%, but that's gonna be, I believe, very expensive. But even 50% with like extra sockets and such can be very comfortable. I guess we can just go into a map now, show a bit how the build works, and then we are gonna wrap this up. I don't want to make usual 1 hour long videos, because I do care a bit about giving the whole picture and all the details, since I'm not gonna make a detailed guide, but I'll think about it. Maybe I'll log into Mobalytics with a bridge. We can just spam my Bone Cage, and the Bodak is gonna help a bit with the clear. And while there are some corpses on the ground, I can even start using some of these things. And you can see it spawns a lot of these blue orbs to start running across. Let's go to the rares. Gonna be an empowered boss map. See, shred armor, but that's not really needed on these rares. Being slowed right now, but that's still pretty easy to clear. There we go, we close the bridge. This is a decently used map. Level 80. Gonna make our way towards the boss. Fucking streamer, YouTuber, client, little divine orb on the ground. I mean, the map is not that used, guys. It's mostly what we use for leveling. Also using Serpent, which is very cheap. Extra damage. If you have it, if you can get it. It's pretty nice. I mean, these monsters are a little tankier from mods, but I don't really have an issue killing anything, and we are nowhere close to dying. I do have low chaos rest, so that's already something I could invest on, although I'm gonna switch this build. But one of the main points to take from this video is that there are a lot of skills that have potency that people don't really care about or play. Bone Cage is not a bad skill. It can be used in certain circumstances. And if we got to the point, I would appreciate a sub, because I have a really insane build coming up. I'm gonna put a lot more effort into that guide, of course. Which is 9k mana, 9k life, you've never seen in your life. Completely unkillable, immortal, high movement speed. Just like insane damage, clear, stuff like that. We got the guy here, full break armor, it's got the armor actually. Okay, look at the damage. This guy even takes damage because I believe it's one of the tankier ones. Oh, is it bugged? I think I've encountered this bug before. He just keeps regenerating life forever, so I guess we cannot really kill him even though I did like 3 million damage. So yeah, pawn cage just functions. Long as gonna have some decent AoE, it's pretty good to clear, proc the Repulsion, and I could even give it +2 levels right now by slotting in the level 21 corrupted gem. It's 19 right now, I just didn't want to make this look too expensive in my guide. I'm definitely gonna do that after the video if I want to get a few more levels. Autopiloting here, I kinda lost track of where the boss might be. I assume she's somewhere on the right. I guess more north probably. There we go. Let's have a look at the single target. Oh, it's always a bit annoying because it TPs around. So I'll just put some Entangle on the ground. Oh. There he TP'd. Just want to put in all the debuffs so we can actually kind of like properly see the damage. As I said, monsters are pretty tanky here, but this is a very chill clear for a budget build on a pretty strong map pass. Whenever the armor expires, you can just put that on. So, that's kind of all with this build. If you guys have any questions, or if you think it's shit, you can drop a dislike. But I have quite a bit of experience in the game right now, and I got a feeling to know that this is a very solid build for a lot of people that might not look for the most flashy thing ever and just want to have a character that does all the content and has some fun stuff going on. Because I gotta say, like, I kinda wanna expand on this to make it even more advanced with better gear and stuff. But I have another priority right now. So G motherfucking G, thanks for watching. Budget build. Cheers.